We spend our entire lives meticulously constructing grand towers of fame, seeking safety in the heights we reach, unaware of the shifting sands beneath us. But what happens when the architecture of our identity begins to crack, and the structures we thought were permanent start to fail us completely? The collapse is often sudden, a cascade of disappointment that leaves us standing amidst the ruins of what we once believed was our future. In that moment of profound loss, we find ourselves in the silence of the abyss, forced to confront the emptiness we have long tried to avoid. This is not merely a tragedy, it is an unveiling, a necessary destruction of the facades that have kept us from seeing our true strength. We must learn to look at the wreckage not as a sign of defeat, but as the raw material for something far more resilient and authentic. There is a hidden geometry in our failures, a design that only becomes visible when the unnecessary layers of our lives have been burned away. The abyss is not a destination or a final sentence, but a fertile ground where the seeds of a new reality can finally take root. As J.K. Rowling once wisely observed, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which she rebuilt her entire life with newfound purpose and clarity. When everything you thought defined you is gone, you are left with the only thing that actually matters: the truth of who you truly are. From the echoes of the ruins, we begin to hear a different rhythm, the heartbeat of a life built on a foundation that cannot be shaken. Failure is a cruel but honest architect. It refuses to let us build on lies or the superficial expectations of a world obsessed with appearances. We often construct our lives like glass skyscrapers, beautiful and impressive to onlookers, yet incredibly fragile when the internal pressures of reality begin to mount. The ego is the primary mason of these fragile towers, using the mortar of pride to hide the deep structural flaws in our own character. When the crash comes, it strips away the ego's polished paint, revealing the rot we have ignored for years in our pursuit of social validation. The ancient philosophers knew that wisdom begins with the admission of ignorance, a realization that usually follows a crushing moment of personal failure. To build something that lasts, we must first allow the fires of failure to incinerate the maps of our old, misguided and unhelpful illusions. We discover that much of what we feared losing was never truly ours to begin with, but merely borrowed ornaments for an empty soul. In the silence that follows the collapse, there is a 3-second pause of absolute truth where the heart beats without the weight of pretense. This stripping process is painful, yet it is the only way to reach the bedrock where a genuine life can finally be anchored and sustained. We find that our greatest successes were often built on the sand of luck, while our failures are the hard stone of lived experience. True intelligence is the ability to distinguish between the architecture we want and the architecture we actually need to survive the coming storms. When the illusions fall, we are left naked before the world, but for the first time, we are also free from the burden of lying. The collapse of a dream is often the liberation of a soul, allowing us to stop chasing shadows and start building a real legacy. Time spent in the ruins is never wasted if it leads to the discovery of a foundation that is independent of external circumstances or praise. We stop asking, "Why me?" and begin to ask, "What now?" turning our gaze from the fallen tower to the earth beneath our feet. Carl Jung believed that a person only finds their true light by venturing into the deepest, darkest corners of their own suppressed and hidden shadow. Failure is the alchemical fire that purifies the spirit, burning away the dross of ego and leaving behind the indestructible gold of character. To descend into failure is to enter the cave of the self, where the monsters of our insecurity dwell in the cold and silent darkness. It is in this descent that the true work of transformation begins, far from the distracting applause of the world above the surface of reality. The alchemy of darkness teaches us that suffering is not a mistake, but a catalyst for a deeper level of consciousness and personal growth. The hammer of fate does not seek to break you. It seeks to shape you into a vessel capable of holding much greater power and wisdom. When you have been crushed by life, you realize that the parts of you that broke were the parts that were never truly you. There is a core within every human being that is unshakable, a silent observer that remains calm even when the world is falling apart. We must be willing to be broken down into our basic elements before we can be cast into a new and more powerful form. The darkness is not our enemy, it is the womb of our rebirth. The quiet space where our internal strength is quietly being forged. To master the alchemy of failure is to learn how to turn the lead of your grief into the gold of a meaningful existence. We emerge from the shadows not as victims of our circumstances, but as the master architects of our own destiny and inner peace. The core that remains after the fire is your true foundation, a base that no storm can ever wash away or destroy again. At the bottom of the abyss, you realize you have nothing left to lose, and in that total poverty, you find an absolute freedom. The new foundation isn't built with the lofty dreams of youth, but with the heavy, solid bricks of hard-won truth and personal integrity. We start to stack the bricks one by one, focusing not on the height of the wall, but on the perfect alignment of each stone. This is the work of the brick stacker. A quiet and deliberate process of rebuilding that requires patience and an unwavering focus on reality. Every brick is a choice to be honest, to be disciplined, and to stop seeking the easy path that led to the previous collapse. You are no longer building a tower for others to admire. You're constructing a fortress where your soul can live in safety. The pace is slow, often frustratingly so. But each day of work adds a layer of strength that can never be taken away. The sound of progress is no longer the loud fanfare of success, but the quiet, steady rhythm of a man who knows his purpose. Like a seed buried in the dark, the pressure of the earth above is what finally gives us the strength to reach for the light. Persistence is not just continuing. It is continuing with a new understanding and a refusal to repeat the mistakes of the past. Truth is the mortar that holds our new life together, a substance that becomes harder and more resilient the more it is tested. Dedication is the daily commitment to the brickwork, the understanding that a great life is simply a collection of well-lived, honest days. The view from the foundation is different, you see the ground clearly, and you respect the weight of every single stone you carry. We are bridging the gap between the person we were and the person we are becoming, using the ruins as our primary source. The architecture of failure is ultimately an architecture of hope, because it is built on the most stable ground in the universe, reality. The Stoics taught that we do not control the storms of life, only the strength of the ship we build to sail through them. Resilience is the ability to remain upright when the world expects you to fall. A quality forged in the fires of past defeats. Greatness is not the absence of failure, but the mastery of it, the transformation of every setback into a new step forward. We do not find our strength in the moments of ease, we find it in the struggle to stand when every muscle wants to quit. Like the art of kintsugi, our scars and our history of breaking are what make us unique, valuable, and profoundly beautiful to behold. Every great leader in history has walked through the valley of failure, often many times, before they were ready to lead others toward greatness. Their resilience was not a gift they were born with, but a skill they developed by refusing to let their ruins define their worth. To be steadfast is to be like a mountain, indifferent to the weather, anchored deep within the earth and reaching for the infinite sky. The path to the top is littered with the debris of who we used to be. A necessary trail of discarded illusions and false hopes. We learn that the only way to truly fail is to stop trying, to stay down among the pieces instead of picking them up. The architecture of a resilient soul is built for the long term, designed to withstand the erosion of time and the shocks of fortune. You become a person who can walk through the storm and not only survive but find a strange, deep joy in the struggle itself. Home is no longer a place of comfort, but the internal space of strength you have built on the wreckage of your old life. We should not fear the fall, For the fall is the prerequisite for a rebirth that is more magnificent than anything we could imagine. The legacy of failure is not a story of what went wrong, but a testament to the incredible power of the human spirit to rise. When the false towers fall, the horizon opens up, and we finally see the vast possibilities that were hidden by our own vanity. The world needs people who have been broken and have put themselves back together, for they are the only ones who truly understand value. You are the architect, the mason, and the inhabitant of your own soul. Make sure your foundation is the truth and nothing less. Don't wait for the world to collapse to find your foundation. Start building on the truth today. Brick by honest brick, until you are solid. The abyss is behind you now, and the solid ground is beneath your feet. The question is, what will you build with your freedom? The architecture of failure is complete. Now, the architecture of your life begins. Are you ready to build something that will never fall?